In this lecture, we are now ready to begin working on subchannels. So the first thing that we probably want to do is to be able to display the list of channels that has been created. So if we come here, we can just create a variable called channels, and then that should be equal to channel. So maybe we want to get a paginated list, so we can say channel paginated 10. And then we can now compat that to the view. So we can then say compat. So one of the reasons why I want to do this is because we also need to get a list of the channels before we can actually create a sub channel. So let's come inside of the view for channel.blade.php, and then the table that we have here, I want to collapse it. And then I'm just going to copy this out first. And then right here, I want to perform a basic check. So I'm going to say if is set channels. So if we have a variable called channels and there is at least one element inside of the variable called channels, that's only time that we actually want to show the table. So you can say s and then and if. So if we have channel, we want to display the table. And then for the T arrow that we have here, we actually want to put this inside of a loop. So right here, we can say for each channels as a channel. And then we want to end for each. Paste this here. Then this should be the channel ID, or we can actually make it the index. So we can pass in an index here. Say this is index, so that here we can just echo index plus 1, because the index will start from 0, so we can just say index plus 1. The reason why I want to do it this way is if we actually delete a specific channel from the database, then the ID for that channel or the next channel or subsequent channels that will be created may not be in orderly manner because we have actually deleted a specific channel. So using the index, then we can actually just get things right. So here we want to echo the channel name, so we can say channel name. And then here we want to echo the slug. So we can say channel slug. And then here we want to echo the status. So we can say not channel archived. So if the channel is not archived, that means it is still active. Otherwise, it is already archived. Okay, so that's basically what we want to do here. And then right underneath the table, if we have more than 10 channels, we want to show a paginated list. So we can just say channel should be channels links. If there are no channels, we want to say in a paragraph, you have not created any channels. Okay, so we can actually just indent this and the entire table. Okay, so the table is already indented. Probably just. Then we can now view this on the browser. Right, so let's do a reload. Right here, so we can see the only channel that we have created, which is the programming channel. So we can add a few more, like design. Okay, so you can see that when we created this channel, the existing channel list became empty. So let's quickly just fix that. So the reason why that is happening, if we come back again to controllers admin channel, is because we are actually just showing the view, and when we show the view, we only pass in success. So what we probably need to do is to actually flash the success message and then just redirect back to the route. So we can come here and just say flash. So what we want to flash will be success. So that will be success. And then the value that we want to pass in should be channel created. and then we want to return redirect. So redirect to /admin/channel. So the last thing that we want to probably do now is to add one more check here. So inside of here, we can just speed in some PHP codes to perform some basic check. So we could say success is equal to flash success. So this will help us to pull out that value from section. And then we can do a check first to see if success is not being passed into this view. So if it's not set, success. Okay, so let's call the success MSG. And then here we can then say and success MSG. Okay, so I'm going to quickly explain what I'm doing here. We want to set the variable success to be equal to success MSG. So basically what I'm doing here is to fulfill one of the requirements that we have here. So on line 22, we are saying include this view only when this variable success is set. So remember, when we redirect back to the page as we want to do now, so there's not going to be success passed through to the view. This is just going to redirect us back to the link. But we have already saved the message success to a variable. So therefore, inside of here, we can now check if success is not already set, and inside of this variable success message, we have a value. So we can just do a basic check to see if success is actually being passed to this view. So if success is not being passed to this view, then we actually want to set success to be equal to the message that we retrieve from section. So take note that we are checking two things here. Inside of here, there is a value. That means it is not none or it is not empty, and the variable success is not already set. That is only when we actually want to do this. Okay, so let's do a reload on the browser. And then we want to create one more channel. So let's add one more channel called cooking. And right here we get channel created, and then we also get the new value displayed here. All right, that will be all for this lecture. In the next lecture, we are now going to actually create our sub channels.